A very good morning, BBSM1 students. I wish you a happy new year to all of you. As we are meeting after a long Diwali break, I hope you all are fine. Welcome to the 18th session of Fundamentals of Management. Students, just refer the last videos. Today I'll be discussing the last topic of Unit 2, that is types of planning. All of the topics I have already dealt and discussed with you people. So let's discuss today types of planning. Students, types of plan and types of planning, this is two different things. When you talk about the components of a plan or a types of plan, that I've already discussed in the last session, that is objectives, policies, rules, procedures or methods, programs, schedules, strategies and budget. Now when you talk about the types of planning, depending on the planning process undertaken by the organization, it is differentiated on different dimensions, or you can say it is differentiated on the basis of the approach that is adopted, or you can say the how degree of formalization is done in the planning process. So on screen you are seeing different dimensions, students, and different types of planning. Now if you see the first one, according to the coverage of activities, it is corporate planning or functional planning. In relation to importance of contents, it is strategic or tactical planning, or you can say the operational planning. According to the time period involved, it is long term and short term. Sometimes it is long term, medium term and short term planning. According to the approach adopted, it is proactive and reactive planning. And according to the degree of formalization, it is formal or informal planning. So these are the 5 dimensions on which the types of planning is differentiated. Now we'll discuss one by one. The first one is on the basis of coverage of activities. You all know that students, planning activity is pervasive as it is undertaken at all levels and can be undertaken at various levels of the organization. So it may be for the organization as a whole, that means for each and every departments and each and every levels, or it may be for different functions or different kind of the activities, coverage of activities, whether it is cup of tea of top level or middle level or lower level. Accordingly, the planning is bifurcated. In that, there are 2 types of planning. The first one is corporate planning. When you talk about the corporate planning, the term itself denotes planning activities which is undertaken at a top level. You all know that top level decisions are always a strategic decisions, long term decisions. They need to take care organizations long term vision and goals, and organizations profitability. So which covers each and every organizational activity. સૌથી પહેલાં ટોપ મેનેજમેન્ટ પ્લાનિંગ કરે સ્ટુડન્ટ્સ, એને ધ્યાનમાં રાખીને જ મિડલ અને લોઅર લેવલે પ્લાન કરવો પડે, બરાબર. તો ટોપ લેવલનું પ્લાનિંગ ઓવરઓલ ઓર્ગનાઇઝેશનનું પ્લાનિંગ કહેવાય, દેટ કવર ઓલ ઓર્ગનાઇઝેશન એક્ટિવિટી. Fine, and that's why it is called as a corporate planning. The basic focus of the corporate planning, that is to determine the long term objectives of the organization and accordingly generate the plan to achieve those objectives. Fine. Now when the corporate planning is undertaken, as the name itself suggests, it covers a broad area, broad aspects, and cover the entire organization. So the corporate planning mostly consider the external environmental factors. So the problems related to the external environmental factors are taken into consideration. Fine. And planning is undertaken considering all external factors, that is uncontrollable macro factors, into mind, and accordingly the internal environmental analysis is done, and company strength and weaknesses are managed in terms of the external opportunities and threats. This is what is we have discussed, students, planning premises, external planning premises and internal planning premises. So corporate planning focus both managing external premises and accordingly making the changes in internal premises, and that planning is undertaken. કોર્પોરેટ પ્લાનિંગ ઇઝ અ ફોર્મર પ્રોસેસ, એટલે પહેલાં કોર્પોરેટ પ્લાનિંગ થાય પછી જ ફંક્શનલ પ્લાનિંગ થાય. કોર્પોરેટ પ્લાનિંગ વિચ ઇઝ હેવિંગ અ broad aspects covers broad area entire organization, whereas functional planning is undertaken for individual functions or departments or sections or segments, and that's why it is having a narrow scope or a narrow concept. The second in a coverage of activity, that is a functional planning, students. So when you talk about the corporate planning which integrates the overall organization activity, functional planning, its name itself suggests function. It is done function wise, segment wise, section wise. So the organization undertake this kind of the planning for different departments or different functions, say for example production, marketing, finance or HR. So it is a second level planning which is undertaken sub function or a major function wise. For example, marketing planning is undertaken at the level of marketing department, HR planning is undertaken at the level of HR department. Fine. So the basic feature of the functional planning is that it is derived out of the corporate planning, because the first corporate planning is undertaken considering the corporate planning, એટલે corporate planning ને ધ્યાનમાં રાખીને જ functional planning થાય. બરાબર, પહેલાં કોર્પોરેટ પ્લાનિંગ થાય, એના પછી જ ફંક્શનલ પ્લાનિંગ થાય, એન્ડ ધેરફોર કન્ટ્રીબ્યુશન ઇઝ અચીવ્ડ બાય ઇન્ટિગ્રેટિંગ એન્ડ કોઓર્ડિનેટિંગ ફંક્શનલ પ્લાનિંગ વિથ કોર્પોરેટ પ્લાનિંગ. એટલે કોર્પોરેટ પ્લાનિંગ ફોર્મલ પ્રોસેસ છે, બ્રોડ સ્કોપ છે, એન્ટાયર ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશન કવર થાય છે, જ્યારે ફંક્શનલ પ્લાનિંગ કોર્પોરેટ પ્લાનિંગના સ્કોપમાં નેરો છે. ઇટ કવર્સ under corporate planning and it is conducted for different functions or different departments of the organization. Now this according to the second dimension, that is importance of the contents. Planning na content કેટલા important છે. Fine. So comprehensive corporate planning may be divided into strategic and operational planning. તમને બધાને ખબર છે કે સ્ટુડન્ટ્સ ટોપ લેવલના ડિસિઝન્સ લોંગ ટર્મ હોય, હ્યુજ ઇન્વેસ્ટમેન્ટ એમાં હોય, ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશનની પ્રોફિટેબિલિટી અને સર્વાઈવલને ધ્યાનમાં રાખીને લેવાતા હોય, તો એવા બધા જ લોંગ ટર્મ ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ ડિસિઝન્સ જે કોર્પોરેટ પ્લાનિંગની અંદરમાં લેવાય, that covers under strategic planning. So corporate and functional planning ma according to the importance of the contents, the planning is divided into strategic and operational planning. Fine. One part of the planning sets the future direction of the entire organization, whereas another itself to devise action to proceed in that direction. એટલે જો તમને સ્ટ્રેટેજિક પ્લાનિંગ ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશનનું લોંગ ટર્મ સર્વાઈવલ અને વિઝન આપે, તો એ વિઝનને ધ્યાનમાં રાખીને કયા એક્શન્સ લેવાના છે, કયા સબ પ્લાન્સ બનાવવાના છે, કઈ રીતે કામ કરવાનું છે, એનું ડિરેક્શન તમને ઓપરેશનલ પ્લાનિંગ આવે. એટલે મોટાભાગે ટોપ લેવલનું પ્લાનિંગ સ્ટ્રેટેજિક પ્લાનિંગ છે, અને જ્યારે મિડલ લેવલ અને લોઅર લેવલનું પ્લાનિંગ એ ઓપરેશનલ પ્લાનિંગ છે. ધ ફોર્મલ ઇઝ નોન એઝ અ સ્ટ્રેટેજિક પ્લાનિંગ એન્ડ ધ લેટર વિચ ઇઝ નોન એઝ ધ ટેક્ટિકલ ઓર ધી ઓપરેશનલ પ્લાનિંગ. સ્ટુડન્ટ્સ, corporate planning, strategic planning, long term planning, one and the same thing, only bifurcation in terms of the dimensions, whereas functional planning, operational or a tactical planning or a short term planning is one and the same thing. Fine. If you look at the strategic planning, which sets the long term direction of the organization in which it wants to proceed in future, as it is a long term planning covering long term, that is more than 1 year, sometimes it is 3 to 5 years and sometimes it is more than 5 years too. As it is a long term planning, organization consider all external environmental macro factors and accordingly it will plan. So planned growth rate in sales, diversification of business into new lines, types of products to be offered, organizations major decisions like issuance of shares, launching of products, merger, amalgamation, takeovers, this kind of the long term strategic decisions covers under strategic planning. So this way strategic planning encompasses all the functional areas of a business and is affected within the existing as well as the long term framework of economics, political, technology and social factors. That means all macro external factors, or you can say the external planning premises in which the strategic planning is undertaken. Now if you want to talk about the operational planning, students. Operational planning, which is known as tactical or a short-term planning, that covers usually a 1 year or so, that is less than 1 year or 1 year. It is aimed at sustaining the organization in its production and distribution. That means function wise, the organization's planning of production department, planning of marketing department, planning of HR or a sales department, that is a operational planning. So operational planning is undertaken to answer the question like why is the action required, what action that is to be taken, what will the action accomplish, or what are the reasons of the actions required, and what objective and condition must be met. એટલે ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશનના ડે ટુ ડે ઓપરેશનના ડિસિઝન્સમાં કયા એક્શન્સ લેવાના છે, કયા લેવાવા જોઈએ, ક્યારે લેવાવા જોઈએ, કયા ઓબ્જેક્ટિવ્સ અચીવ કરવાના છે, કયા રીઝન્સ છે, કયો પ્રોબ્લેમ્સ છે, જેથી ડે ટુ ડે ઓપરેશન્સ ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશનના સ્મૂધલી ચાલે. ફાઇન. ઓપરેશનલ પ્લાનિંગના એક્ઝામ્પલ્સમાં જોઈએ તો સ્ટુડન્ટ્સ, ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશન્સના વર્કર્સની એફિશિયન્સી ઇન્ક્રીઝ કરવી, ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશનની પ્રોડક્શન કેપેસિટી પ્રમાણે કામ થાય છે કે નહીં જોવું, એટલે કામ કરવું, બરાબર. ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશનની કોસ્ટ ઓફ પ્રોડક્શન મેનેજ કરવી, બજેટિંગ કરવું, પ્રોગ્રામિંગ કરવું, એટલે મેથડ્સ, પ્રોગ્રામ્સ, શેડ્યુલ સેટ કરવા, બરાબર. ધીઝ આર ધ પ્લાનિંગ. ઇટ્સ અ શોર્ટ ટર્મ પ્લાનિંગ ઓફ અ 1 year. દરેક ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશન પોતાનું 1 year એટલે કે 1 વર્ષનું પ્લાનિંગ કરે કે 1 વર્ષમાં કેટલું પ્રોડક્શન કરશું, એને ધ્યાનમાં રાખીને બજેટ બને, એને ધ્યાનમાં રાખીને ક્વાર્ટરલી પ્લાનિંગ થાય, મંથલી પ્લાનિંગ થાય અને ડેલી પ્લાનિંગ થાય. સો ધીસ ઇઝ ઓપરેશનલ પ્લાનિંગ. Keeping in mind the strategic planning, operational planning is undertaken. Now the third dimensions of the planning, that is according to the time period involved. Planning is also differentiated on the basis of the time period which is concerned or which is there for its existence. So planning must involve different degrees of futurity, and the organization have requirements, and that requirements is planned in relation to the years into which how organization is achieving the objectives. That is planning over only or short horizons, or maybe for the long term. So such plannings frequently form the basis of the other planning, because depending on the organization's working culture, depending on the organization's existence, and depending on the organization's plans for the future, the planning is bifurcated into long term or a short term planning. If you talk about a long term planning, it is the strategic in nature and involves more than 1 year period extending to 20 years or so. Generally the long term planning is also bifurcated into long term or a medium term planning. If it is up to 5 years, it is a medium term planning. If it is more than 5 years, then it is a long term planning. So the more common long term period is 3 to 5 years generally, and long term plan usually encompasses all the functional areas of business and are affected within the existing and a long term framework of all the macro environmental or uncontrollable factors, that is economic, social, technological, cultural, government policy, so on. So long term plans also involve the analysis of the environment, and specifically analysis of the external environment. As it is a long term in nature, organization should have to analyze different dynamics, that is, as environment keeps on changing, the organization should analyze all external environmental dangers or the factors, and accordingly they need to plan. Second is short term planning. When you talk about the short term planning, usually that covers 1 year or less than 1 year, and short term plan are always made with reference to the long term plan. કારણ કે ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશન જ્યારે 5 yearsનું 3 yearsનું પ્લાનિંગ કરે તો એ 5 years 3 yearsનું પ્લાનિંગ એકી સાથે અચીવ ન થાય. That should be broken out, that should be bifurcated into a short term. So through the short term planning, organization can achieve and can reach up to the long term goals. So the manager should consider while preparing the short term plans for this, they should scrutinize the former in the light of the long term planning. એટલે જો 3 વર્ષનું પ્લાનિંગ હોય તો ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશને પહેલા વર્ષમાં કેટલું કરવું, બીજા વર્ષમાં, અને 3 વર્ષના અંતે જે તે પ્લાન્સ અને ઓબ્જેક્ટિવ્સ ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશન અચીવ કરશે. એટલે લોંગ ટર્મ પ્લાનિંગ શોર્ટ ટર્મ વગર અચીવ ન થાય, અને લોંગ ટર્મ પ્લાનિંગ ન થાય ત્યાં સુધી શોર્ટ ટર્મ પ્લાનિંગ થઈ ન શકે. સો ફોર ધીસ પર્પઝ every subordinates and the organization employees also be made aware of these facts, and this can be done where there is a flexibility in planning. So organizations always prepare short term planning in accordance with the long term planning. next main component, that is approach adopted. Now students, the classification of planning into proactive and reactive, which is based on the organization response to environmental dynamics. Now we all know that the environment, which is very much dynamic, that keeps on changing. જે ઓર્ગનાઇઝેશન આવા ચેન્જિંગ સિચ્યુએશનમાં પહેલેથી સર્વાઈવ કરી લે અને આવા એન્વાયરમેન્ટલના ચેન્જ અગાઉથી ફાર સાઇટેડનેસ એટલે કે દીર્ઘદ્રષ્ટિના આધારે અઝ્યુમ કરી અને પ્લાનિંગ ફૂલ પ્રૂફ બનાવે એવા ઓર્ગનાઇઝેશન્સના પ્રોએક્ટિવ ડિસિઝન્સ કહેવાય ને પ્રોએક્ટિવ પ્લાનિંગ કહેવાય. સો ઇટ ઇન્વોલ્વ્સ ડિઝાઇનિંગ suitable course of action in anticipation of likely changes in the relevant environment. Your students, designing suitable course of action in anticipation of likely changes. એન્વાયરમેન્ટના જે કોઈ ચેન્જીસ આવવાના છે અગાઉથી પ્રિડિક્ટ કરી અને ઓર્ગનાઇઝેશનનું ફૂલ પ્રૂફ પ્લાનિંગ કરવું કે કોઈ ચેન્જ આવે છતાં ઓર્ગનાઇઝેશનના સર્વાઈવલને અફેક્ટ કરે નહીં. સો this kind of the planning, which is called as proactive planning. An organization that used proactive planning used as a broad planning approach because they need to scan environment, they need to have a decentralized control, they need to reserve some resources to be utilized for the future use. કારણ કે ભવિષ્યમાં અથવા જે કોઈ એન્વાયરમેન્ટલના ચેન્જીસ છે એ કેવા આવશે ને કઈ રીતે આવશે, તો એવું ડિઝાસ્ટરસ મેનેજમેન્ટ અને એવા ટાઈપના ડિસિઝન્સ ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશને લેવા પડે. એટલે આના માટે ઇન્ટેલિજન્સ ડિપાર્ટમેન્ટ છે, એક્સપર્ટ્સ છે અને ટોપ મેનેજમેન્ટના એક્ઝિક્યુટિવ્સ છે જે આવું ટાઈપનું પ્લાનિંગ કરતા હોય ને કોન્સ્ટન્ટલી દે રિઝર્વ સમ રિસોર્સિસ એન્ડ દે હેવ અ સર્ટન ડિસેન્ટ્રલાઇઝ કંટ્રોલ સો દેટ દે અપ્લાય ટુ ઓલ ઓફ ધ sister concern companies. So proactive planning will lead the organization for the longer period of survival. જે ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશન પ્રોએક્ટિવ પ્લાનિંગ ન કરે એ ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશનને ચેન્જ અસર કરી શકે અને સમટાઇમ્સ ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશન સર્વાઈવલ વિલ બી ઇન ડેન્જર. સો ઇટ ઇઝ વેરી મચ નેસેસરી દેટ ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશન શુડ ટુ કીપ all the changes of the external environment into mind and accordingly prepare organization and its planning in a way to accommodate all of the changes. Same way the next will reactive planning. ઘણી વખત સ્ટુડન્ટ્સ રિએક્શન્સ આવે ચેન્જીસના, રિએક્શન્સ આવી જાય, ચેન્જીસ એક્ઝિસ્ટ કરે અને પછી ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશન એ પ્રમાણે પ્લાનિંગ ચેન્જ કરે. સો રિએક્ટિવ પ્લાનિંગ ઇઝ reactive planning. That means organization responses from outer the environmental changes have taken place. That is, after the changes takes place, the organization starts planning. In such a situation, the organization lose opportunities. ઘણી વખત અમુક ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશન્સના રિએક્શન્સ આવે, ચેન્જીસ આવે, પછી ચેન્જ કરે એટલે ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશનને ઘણી વખત બહુ લોસ બેર કરવો પડે, ઓપોર્ચ્યુનિટીઝ લોસ કરવી પડે. બરાબર. સો ધી ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશન which adopt a proactive approach, because by the time reactors are ready with their plans, the contextual variables of planning show further changes. એટલે જે ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશન પહેલેથી રિએક્ટિવ પ્લાનિંગ કરે છે એની પાસે બધા જ વેરિયેબલ્સ રેડી છે, આમ નહીં તો આમ, આમ નહીં તો આમ, because they have the resources, they have kept, they have done a planning in a way, so the organization is ready to adopt the changes. In context to the proactive planning, the organization which goes with the reactive planning, for them they need to survive, they need to find a problem and they need to adjust and readjust all environmental changes. The approach of planning is useful in an environment which is very stable over a long period of time. So every organization mostly go for the proactive planning. In some situation when the reactions are there and when the organization is not aware about the changes, the organization should to bear the loss and they need to perform the reactive planning. Now in relation to the degree of formalization, students, it is either formal planning or informal planning. So classification of planning as formal and informal, which is based on the degree of formalization, that how the planning activities is undertaken. Now if it is the planning is a well structured process, it is done systematically with different steps. Generally large organization undertake planning in a informal way, in which they create a separate corporate planning should be placed at sufficiently high level in the organizations. Generally, such sense is staffed by people with different backgrounds like engineers, statistician, MBA, economists. All of the people are involved in the planning and they do the planning systematically. So depending on the future of organization business, the planning process that is adopted, which is rational, systematic, well documented and regular. So this kind of the systematic planning which is undertaken in a formal way, which is a formal planning, whereas against the formal planning, organization undertake informal planning. So smaller organization generally undertakes the informal kind of the planning. They'll not follow a systematic step by step process. They plan according to their intuitions, their intelligence, their memory power. So the systematic evaluation of the environment is not done. The planning is just a guessing of the future, and accordingly they plan. So smaller and medium organization go for the informal planning sometimes because they have minor activities, they have a less number of employees, whereas large organizations they go for with the formal kind of the planning in a systematic way. So according to the formalization of planning which is so divided into formal planning or informal planning. Now that's it for the types of planning, students. Again, I'll just recall you that how the types of planning is undertaken. There are mainly 5 dimensions related to the types of planning. The first one is according to the coverage of activity. It is a corporate planning or top level planning or a long term planning. It is rather a middle level or operational planning or a functional planning, department wise or a section planning. According to the importance of the contents, if it is a strategic and important decisions, organization go with the strategic planning. It is a lower level decisions, or you can say the day to day decisions, organization perform operational planning. According to the time period, either it is a long term planning for more than 1 year or 3 to 5 years, or it is a short term planning with less than 1 year. According to the approach adopted or the changes of the external environment, if the organization perform planning considering all future changes in advance, that is proactive planning, and if the organization perform the planning after the changes are taken place, that is reactive planning. According to the formalization, if it is a systematic planning systematically done in the organization, it is a formal planning. If it is only planning done through intuition and guessing in an unsystematic way, that is informal planning. So these are the types of planning. That's it for today's lecture, students. Thank you, good luck, goodbye, take care.